Hi, my name's Maria Balogh. I'm 23 years old and I was born and raised right here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I graduated last May from the University of Minnesota with a degree in strategic communications. And since then, I've held some pretty phenomenal positions, so I think that's what makes me a qualified, if not unique candidate, to be your next agent. In a second, I'll go through what some of those jobs were, but for now, please enjoy this fun little clip I put together. I think it shows off my personality pretty well, and I think it gives you a snapshot of who I am as a person. This is Agent Maria Balogh reporting for duty. For 2.5 years, I was on the Red Bull Wings team. Along with 15 other girls, I promoted through face-to-face sampling throughout the whole state of Minnesota. This really took a lot of planning on our part and really scheduling out what we were going to do. This included researching and planning out sampling opportunities at both sponsored and unsponsored events, as well as occasions on and off campus. Through this job, I learned how to talk to basically anyone and everyone about anything. I'm very well versed in handling different situations, different sorts of people that you might interact with, especially driving a car that is very visible and that wants to be noticed. This job, we actually never called our work shifts, we called them missions, so I'm pretty used to reporting for duty. I really embraced the job, I loved it so much, such a great college job, and I really wanted to keep track of it, so I ended up doing a little photo diary. In each mission, I would take a photo in the side mirror that kind of related to whatever was going on in that mission, whether it was getting a tire changed or just heading to an event that's very recognizable. I've also had the opportunity to work with a company called 6Speed. With them, I've done everything from client work to helping recently with Red Bull Crashed Ice. I was a national athlete manager, putting together different materials and stuff for all of the athletes that were coming into town. This really helped me see what it takes for a big company to pull something off. It was just a phenomenal experience being on the back end of event promotions and dealing, again, with all sorts of different people. The most relatable experience that I've had was working on 2 different Ford tours, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, for a total of about 3 months. I was in charge of the design and upkeep of our social media platforms and had the chance to reach out to all sorts of different consumers. I also enjoyed the opportunity on these tours to enhance my photography skills. I learned a lot about what people like to see in photos and what really works and what doesn't work. Also, being around cars for as long as I was really taught me a lot about them and pushed me to learn and fall in love with the industry. I got this job because of my social media experience and my love for social media in general, which I think will be a very valuable part to being an agent. And finally, for the past 13 years of my life, I've been involved in the circus. It's modeled after Circus du Soleil, and I spent a majority of my free time hanging from the rafters, training and performing all sorts of aerial acts. I've also taken on the challenge of coaching younger students, as well as heading the makeup department. Being part of such a unique activity really opened my eyes and has taught me how to be professional at such a young age. In addition to these jobs, I studied abroad for almost 5 months in Spain. And each day I decided I wanted to blog in order to remember my experience fully. This really all gave me an experience finding my writing voice. Since I've always loved writing, I knew it was something that I really wanted to do. I'm an extremely brand loyal person. My time working on the Ford tours and for Red Bull really emphasized that. My understanding and respect for company cars is an added edge. Overall, I think my creative edge and experience is what makes me qualified to be your next agent. Blur. Just mom.